Peace. How's it going, Patrick? Conservative Rap, and welcome to another episode of this show where the global narratives meet the hard truths of today's reality. Right now, the push by the deep state for war is intensifying. There's cyber attacks, hybrid provocations. The deep state's laying the groundwork, and they're using like this Russian drone chatter that's not just a distraction, it's really bait for Putin. Look around. You see Macron's approval slipping in France, Starmer's rise, particularly strategic, and Merz versus the AFD. It signals a deeper, like, ideological clash globally. Beneath it all, though, something's bigger is happening. The people across the globe are resurrecting a nationalist, a more Trump-style ethos, demanding sovereignty, strength, and peace in their own respective nations. And while the deep state is hitting the flames here and abroad, Trump and the Patriots, they're positioning to negotiate peace. It's really wonderful to see, and the contrast couldn't be clearer. We'll start with some post, and then, or we'll start with some, news clips, and then we'll go into some ex-post pursuant to this, these points. UK says it will introduce digital ID cards, reigniting a contentious idea. British citizens and permanent residents will have to produce a mandatory digital identification card in order to get work, Prime Minister Keir Starmer announced Friday, reviving a contentious effort in an idea to show that the government has control of the country's borders and control of the population itself. Moving on from this same clip, we're already in a hybrid war with Russia. EU Commissioner Dombrovskis claims. We sit down with Vladis Dombrovskis, EU Commissioner for Economy and Productivity. For some reason, it won't let me play the actual clip, but former Prime Minister of Latvia, he comments on the recent drone incursions into EU airspace. Trump said shoot it down. I don't know why they didn't. He also discusses France's budget deficit, which is around 5.4% of GDP, meaning it is well over the criteria set out in the EU's Stability Pact. Next, Gateway Pundit. Trump reportedly denies Ukraine Tomahawk cruise missiles that could reach Moscow. Zelensky wants U.S.-made long-range missiles that could escalate conflict into World War III. Let's see here. Bong. Share this tab instead. In the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly in New York, U.S. President Donald Trump has dozens of bilateral meetings, including the almost obligatory face-to-face with Kiev regime leader Vladimir Zelensky. In his statements to the press and in subsequent social media posts, Trump appeared to cheer for Ukraine and incentivize it to regain lost territory, while at the same time reinforcing the understanding that European powers have to carry the burden of this war. There's one item of military hardware that the U.S. president reportedly refused to include in the packages that the EU can buy to send to Zelensky: Tomahawk cruise missiles. Zelensky did not name the weapon system during his interview with Axios, but he said that if Russia knew Ukraine had it, the pressure to talk would greatly increase. Sources confirmed to Axios that it was indeed the Tomahawk, a precision-guided cruise missile with a range that could reach Moscow. It was the only weapon system on the list that Trump did not agree to sell to NATO countries on Ukraine's behalf, according to a source with knowledge of that process. So again, more tactical moves by Trump. Let's keep it moving. Here we have, share this tab. In Germany, German leftist party calls for assassination of AFD's Alice Weidel after justifying killing of Charlie Kirk, taxpayer funded with $27.5 million. The Antifa-related youth wing of the German opposition party, the Left, has called for the assassination of AFD leader Alice Weidel, 2 weeks after justifying the assassination of American hero Charlie Kirk. The party, the Left, is state-funded, with $9 million a year plus $14 billion for its foundation. The Hanover chapter of the Left Youth, Linksjugend Solid, stickered an image of Alice Weidel, chairperson for the Alternative for Germany party, with crosshairs and the text "Aim here" across town in Hanover, as videos show. After the assassination of Charlie Kirk, the Left Youth posted that right-wing politics leads to bloody bullets on Instagram, which has since been deleted. The post called it a fatal mistake to mourn the father of the two. No shit. A targeted shot brought the end of his right-wing, radical, inhumane, and exploitative policies, the Left Youth posted. We do not mourn the reactionary ideas of Charlie Kirk, which are not out of the world with his death, the Left Youth wrote. And again, this is what people are seeing about the left globally. It's a party of violence. More, and just on global economics, Eiffel Tower closed as nationwide strikes held across France against spending cuts. Nationwide strike called by France's major unions is the latest in a series of protests that started last month amid political turmoil and heated budget talks. Protesters took to the streets of more than 200 towns and cities across France Thursday to denounce spending cuts and demand higher taxes on the rich. In Paris, 24K workers, retirees, and students started marching on Thursday afternoon from Place d'Italie, with Eiffel Tower informing visitors in a statement it was closed due to the strike. And here we go. More, in my mind, this is just deep state funded nonsense, but we'll keep it moving. On Truth, Trump said, Hamas has been a ruthless and violent leader for many years in the Middle East. They have killed and made lives unbearably miserable, culminating in October 7th massacre with Israel, babies, women, children, old people, and many young men and women, boys, and girls getting ready to celebrate their future lives together. As retribution for the October 7th attack on civilization, more than 25,000 Hamas soldiers have already been killed. Most of the rest are surrounded and militarily trapped, just waiting for me to give the word go for their lives to be quickly extinguished. As for the rest, we know where and who you are, and you'll be hunted down and killed. I'm asking that all innocent Palestinians immediately leave this area of potentially great future death for safer parts of Gaza. Everyone will be well cared for by those that are waiting to help. Fortunately for Hamas, however, they will be giving one last chance. Great, powerful, and very rich nations of the Middle East and surrounding areas beyond, together with the United States, have agreed with Israel signing on to peace after 3,000 years in the Middle East. This deal also spares the lives of all remaining Hamas fighters. The details of the document are known to the world, and it is a great one for all. We will have peace in the Middle East one way or another. The violence and bloodshed will stop. Release the hostages, all of them, including the bodies of those that are dead now. An agreement must be reached with Hamas by Sunday evening at 6. Washington, D.C. time. Every country has signed on. If this last chance agreement is not reached, all hell, like no one has ever seen before, will break out against Hamas. There will be peace in the Middle East one way or another. Thank you for your attention to this matter. All right, and we're coming up on the timestamp now. It's 4:45 Eastern as of this recording on Sunday, the 5th. And just for more on Trump, I thought this was interesting. President Trump, the president of peace. Trump ended 7 wars in just 7 months. Cambodia and Thailand, people don't talk about this. Kosovo and Serbia. DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda, Pakistan and India, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, and soon to come, Ukraine and Russia. Just a few more things here. Moving on to X. Keir Starmer is now the most unpopular British Prime Minister in recorded history. This is what happens when you make endless pledges that you don't keep and endless things that you promise not to do. All right, and here we go, compared to Thatcher, Cameron, May, all of them. All right, between 5 and 6 large wing unidentified drones measuring up to a meter wide were observed last night over Munich International Airport in southern Germany, resulting in its closure for 7 hours and grounding and diverting multiple flights to other airports in Europe. The drones were first spotted around 7:30, circling above Erding Air Base to the east of Munich, which serves as test sites for the next generation of military drones being developed by the Bundeswehr, with one of the drones observed having a significantly larger wingspan compared to the others, while the last sighting occurred around 11:30, according to Bild. All right, and how do you respond? Here's Putin. This is the thing. We all know it's not Putin. This is instigation to bait him. He responds jokingly to these allegations, right? Oh, I think we've had enough fun with drones for now. I promise, no more drone launches in Denmark. We wouldn't want to spoil their beautiful land.
Владимир Владимирович, а зачем вы в Данию столько дронов посылаете?
Не буду больше.
Да, не надо больше.
Больше не буду.
Вот.
Не буду больше ни во Францию, ни в Данию, ни в Копенгаген. Куда еще долетают? Это самое,
да везде долетают.
Везде, да, в Лиссабон, и куда они летают. И вы знаете, там развлекаются люди, которые когда-то развлекались по поводу неопознанных летающих объектов, НЛО. Но там столько
And again, we know the drones are not from Russia. That's just what the deep state needs to do to promote their war. Because it's the last card that they have left to play before Trump and the Patriots extinguish their dominion. What do you think? Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, and check me out at ConservativeRap.com for more. I'll soon be putting out an album, a rap album covering a lot of this stuff in rhyme. So more to come on that shortly, and look forward to connecting again soon. Thanks, and take care.